Hello, welcome back to the channel. Got a quick unboxing and review of a watch today, and it's a G-Shock, but not just any G-Shock, it's the CASIOAK, a watch that I'm definitely late to the dance on. First released in 2019, this is the GA-2100. It looks awesome, but it's lacking key features that I'm always looking for in a G-Shock, such as tough solar and self-adjustment with the multiband 6. Even though the case design is very intriguing, of course it's the CASIOAK because it's based on the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, an iconic Swiss-made watch from the 1970s. It's got that very distinctive octagon-shaped case and outer bezel combined with the integrated strap and a beautiful round dial. Great, now I want a Royal Oak. Oh wait, they start at $30,000. Probably not going to pick one up just yet. However, if my lucky lottery numbers come in, I may just be doing an unboxing and review, so stay tuned for that. And please do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you've already done so, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Alright, intro complete. Let's get started. As we pop this can on this fresh G-Shock CASIOAK. Took me long enough to get to one of these. This is module 5689. We don't have a book. We've got sort of a roadmap folded up. And we'll just put that aside and go online and get a PDF if we need to get more info. Standard 1-year international warranty. And we'll just confirm that we do still have the 1 year. Never had to use one, but it's good to know that it's there. Especially with all the extra features of this watch and all the technology. You never know. Let's pull out this factory fresh G-Shock, and there's our first impression as this watch comes out of power save mode, and a wonderful looking watch. This is the GA-B2100-1A, and this is the one I've been waiting for because we've got tough solar and Bluetooth. This is a self-charging, self-adjusting watch, sort of, if you tether it to your phone or smart device. But let's finish up our first impression as we take a look at some of the lines on this beautiful G-Shock, and there's nothing better than that silky smooth, resiny feel of a brand new factory fresh G-Shock. Loving my first impression so far. It looks awesome. And that does complete our unboxing. So far so good, but now let's see what the watch is all about. We will be getting this watch onto a pillow in just a second, get a closer look, but real quick, let's take a look at the retail hang tag, MSRP 150 US. And full disclaimer, this is a totally independent review because I did buy this watch with my own money. And I will put an affiliate link if you are interested in making a purchase. Please check that out for the latest pricing. As we zoom in and take a closer look at our stainless steel stamped caseback, it is carbon core guard, and that's basically a carbon fiber core that the resin is attached to, giving you a lightweight, rugged foundation for this watch case. Do love the quick release spring bars for the watch band, and you get that signature contour giving you that drop protection if you do drop your watch when you're taking it on or off. Get a closer look at our resin band. It's pretty standard stuff here with our G-Shock. We do have a stamped buckle, stainless steel buckle, stamped Casio China. And this is definitely your typical lightweight resin G-Shock standard band. So nothing bad, nothing spectacular. And if you're familiar with the Casio G-Shock ecosystem, you'll be at home with the standard ABCD button formation. Hold down the A button for a few seconds to get us into adjust mode. And I just love the sweep of the analog hands, and we'll let those do their thing. And our first selection from the time setting mode is to find our home city. There's 38 cities and UTC pre-installed, so scroll east and west either on the B or D button to find the city closest to you. And setting the time is pretty straightforward and intuitive. We can toggle on and off auto for daylight savings time. As we advance, we can adjust the seconds to hack the time. Of course, our hour and minute settings, as well as the date, year, month, and day. Scroll through, you can toggle 12 to 24-hour mode. All my good friends overseas will be happy that you can toggle the month and the day to taste. We can select our language. There are 5 settings built in. Next, we can toggle our key sound. We can either mute it or let the keys chime when we hit the buttons. Of course, the option to lengthen the light duration. You have 1.5 or 3 seconds. We're going to choose 3. Next, we're going to select our auto adjust. You can toggle that on or off, and that's going to connect to the phone or your app to download and sync the time. You can adjust how frequent that occurs in the app. And lastly, we do have power save. We can toggle that on or off. And once we're done with our selections, we can go ahead and hit the adjust button one more time and take us out of adjustment mode. And it never gets old to watch those analog hands sweep across the dial to the prescribed time. All right, before we get too much further, let's go ahead and look at some of the specs. MSRP on the GA-B2100 is $150. It is an analog digital watch, module 5689. We mentioned tough solar and Bluetooth. Case size is 48.5 millimeter. It is 200 meter water resistance. We do have mineral glass. Neo Bright Lume on the analog hands. World time, 38 cities built in. Stopwatch, countdown timer, 5 alarms. Double LED, and last but not least, very lightweight watch, 52 grams or 1.8 ounces. There are your specs. And I'm really loving the colorway. I love the black with the gray details. You get the lettering on the bezel. Also at the mode subdial, we have that red mode hand with the white tip. Great looking. As well as the hint of yellow and blue with the tough solar and Bluetooth callouts. Very nice. Let's take a closer look at the mode subdial. And we mentioned that beautiful red mode hand. Right now it's in timekeeping mode at the home screen, so it's showing the power rating on the battery. We hit the C or the mode button once, and we are now in world timekeeping mode. Continuing to press the mode button, we are now in stopwatch mode. Next we have our countdown timer. Hitting it again, we get to our alarm mode for our 5 daily alarms. Next on the dial is Bluetooth mode, but you'll notice we hit it, we get that high-pitched sound. We go right back to our home timekeeping screen. It bypasses the Bluetooth because we are not connected to a smart device currently. One more thing I wanted to show you, when in other modes besides the home screen, if you long press or hold down the mode button, it will take you right back to the home screen. So you could be in world time mode, stopwatch mode, countdown timer, alarm mode, and if you just long press or press for a second, you'll hear that high-pitched alert, and it will take us right back to the home screen. Nice little shortcut there if you're doing some multitasking. Our next tip is hardly a tip, but if you are in the main timekeeping mode and you long press the mode key for longer than 3 seconds, it will attempt to connect or establish connection with your paired smart device. And you can see the little connection meter there at the LCD subdial. Once we establish connection, it's automatically going to update the time to sync with that smart device. This is a pretty convenient way of keeping your time set very accurately and very easily. Another cool tip is, how would you clear away the analog hands if you wanted to utilize the LCD subdial for an activity? Simply press and hold down the B button, and then press and hold down the C button or the mode button, and that will clear the hands. You'll get a little indicator. You'll see it blinking there on the right-hand side of that LCD, referencing hand clear mode, letting you know you're not in normal timekeeping mode, that the hands are being temporarily bypassed. And then hit the mode button again. It takes you back out to regular timekeeping. Pretty cool. So you can be multitasking. Let's say you want to use your stopwatch. Start that. And then, of course, if you want to see it better, you can clear those hands out of the way. And now you see the hand blinking there, that little meter telling you that you're not in timekeeping mode. Hit mode again, and it takes you back. And, of course, all the while, you're still running your stopwatch in the background. Pretty cool. And like we mentioned, you just long press out of whatever activity you're in, and that will take a shortcut right back to your main timekeeping mode. So Casio does have an app, and let's take a quick peek at how this works, because I think this is an outright game changer for Casio fans. Whether you want to tether your watch or not, I get it. I understand if this isn't your cup of tea. You don't have to use your phone or an app, but it's very cool that you can. So let's select our watch and then hit the add button. And then, of course, it's going to ask for the module number that you can find on the back of the watch or on your manual. We'll go ahead and key in our module number. From the drop-down menu, we'll go ahead and select the exact model of our watch. It also allows us to register the watch, which is cool. Let's go ahead and go to the pair watch screen. And again, we hold down our mode button for 3 seconds. And that will put our watch into pairing mode. And you see it attempting to connect. And now the app is seeing that we are establishing a connection, our watch to our iPhone. And pairing is complete. We're now connected. And everything that we just did to our watch, as far as setting it, the timekeeping, is all at our fingertips now with this cool app. And here you can see we're at the main screen for our watch, and we have our connected status along with our battery charge level, letting us know that we do need to get this thing charged up pretty soon. Also can link right to the instruction manual on Casio's website. Takes you directly to the manual. Very cool stuff. Back at our home screen, you see we have easy access to the alarms, timers, the reminder feature, which is exclusive to the app. You can't do that on the watch, but you can turn your signal on and off. You can adjust all of your daily alarms. You can change the timer setting, and you can synchronize the time, change the world time. There's a lot you can do with this app, and it's just very intuitive and user-friendly. You can see once you make a change, it's going to prompt you to send the setting to the watch. Let's go to the reminder screen, because that's not something that you have built into the watch without the app. This feature does require the use of the app and the synchronization, but you can go in and the sky's the limit. You can assign special occasions, anniversaries, birthdays, also just weekly, daily routine tasks. Probably not something that I'll use too much, but it's good to have and know that it's there. So let's go ahead and get this task assigned. We're going to do a weekly task on Thursdays. We'll go ahead and save this, taking out the garbage weekly, and we can go ahead and sync this, and it's downloading to our G-Shock. Other cool things we can do with this app is the world time. Using the app, we now have access to 300 cities that we can assign our world time to, so that is very cool. And you get a great map that you can see very easily and navigate. You can also toggle the time between your home city and your travel city very simply with the app. So very cool, very convenient, kind of neat to be able to do this with a G-Shock. Other cool things we can do is assign and adjust the time synchronization between the phone and the watch. You can set up automatic time synchronization. You can put a regimen on how often it does sync, or you can just do it manually. There's also a cool watch finder feature that you can call your phone and find it with your watch. And you set up how you want the alert to sound, and that's pretty loud. I'll be fixing that in post for sure. Other watch settings, of course, your key sounds, your light. I mean, all this stuff can be adjusted right on the app. It makes it simple and quick if you want to make some adjustments to your watch without menu diving. So let me know how you feeling about tethering or linking your G-Shock to a smartphone. Definitely an interesting topic to discuss. For sure. For me, I think it's very cool, and I love having the option. Most importantly, I'm all about keeping the time very accurate, and you know your phone is dialed in, so that's a good thing, I guess. That said, I would have still loved to have seen multiband 6 on this watch. So how do I compare this new G-Shock? Well, I've got to bring in my two favorite ones of all time. These are just legendary G-Shocks in my opinion. This is the GW5610 and of course the GW6900. We've got the square and the round bases covered here with these awesome G-Shocks. These are tough solar. These are radio controlled multiband 6, and they are on the desk currently because these are two essentials as far as I'm concerned. Dare I say we now have a third essential. I love G-Shock, and these are definitely my favorites. And this CASIOAK is fitting in nicely with this group. Still want to get this thing on wrist. I still have a couple of other elements to look at, but loving what I'm seeing so far and can't believe how great this watch looks. And this is a pretty good 3-watch collection. What do you think? We're going to take a quick look at some low light performance out of our CASIOAK. I'm hitting it with our O-Light arc felt, the little UV dosage there on our hands. And the analog hands do have some lume applied, a generous amount, and got a nice green glow to it. Although nothing else on the dial, the chapter ring, are lit up with that lume. You do have a dual LED that we're deploying, and it does light up the chapter ring pretty nicely. And plenty of bright LED legibility there. So pretty decent on the low light performance out of this CASIOAK. Not amazing with the lume, and here's it lining up against our LED on our GW5610. You can see a lot more legibility out of that LCD display than our sub LCD dial of the CASIOAK, but apples and oranges, right? They're both awesome. Speaking of awesome, yes, I am wearing a Casio Classic. This is my A168, and let's go ahead and do a side-by-side before we get our CASIOAK aboard the wrist. And two awesome watches. Just some all-around Casio goodness right there. All right, let's get this thing on the wrist and wrap this video up. All right, so just as I suspected, this thing is amazing. It's so comfortable and lightweight, 52 grams, 1.8 ounces. Very used to these resin G-Shock watch bands. Very familiar and great looking CASIOAK. And yeah, I'll say it again, I waited way too long to get one. The original CASIOAK launched in 2019. This particular model dropped in 2022, so I have no excuse, but glad I'm finally at this point. And I'm late to the dance, but I'm here now, and very happily, I might add. And this watch is going to stay in my lineup for quite some time. Wear it to work, school, play, date night, you name it, social settings. This watch will speak for itself and will serve you well. Highly recommend. Love the way this watch looks, the way it feels, and can't wait to put it through its paces. And who says you can't wear a black watch with a brown outfit? Hey, it's a G-Shock. As we wrap this video up, there's a lot of information that we went through. If I missed something, please let me know in the comments. But I really appreciate you tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, I really do appreciate you. It means the world to me. Please do share this content, and I can't wait to get back at it and bring you another video real soon. Until then, I'll see you next time.